Hello farmers, welcome back to No Man's Land. First job today is getting these tomatoes delivered over here to Lord of the Wings, or as it's just called in game, Lord Wings, because we couldn't fit the name in the name tag, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Tomatoes going for about $4.90 here, so not that bad of a price for the time of the year that it is. And we got 4,500 liters of tomatoes to sell. We'll get those sold, then we're going to go over to Have a Seat, pick those up and bring those down to the farm shop. I know we sold them in the month of June, but July is not that bad either. Current price I do believe is $22.30, but the price is slowly decreasing. But the time, we're only at 1 times the speed, so the price is not going to change too much. Get a little money into the bank, because we spent it all at the end of last episode, or in the beginning of this morning as well, on our 770 combine and new header, so we can get our crops harvested today. The barley needs to be harvested today because today's the last chance for us to harvest it. Then after that, it will wither. I'm sure it will in the month of August. The oats the harvest can be today. But I got today up till tomorrow to get them done. But I'm gonna try to get it all done in this in-game day, not this episode, because I do want to get the oats on over to milling it over, so we can start making flour to get the flour over here to Bread Pit as soon as possible to start making the bread, so we'll have a good amount of bread to sell in the month of December. So really looking forward to getting into the 770 and giving that combine a whirl. It'll be the first time I've used the 770, I do believe. I don't think I've ever used it. I've either gone from what was the base game harvester in 17, I forgot that model number. It's like the old time New Holland, or the CR1090 is what I usually use. But today, well, for a while, we're going to have the 770 hanging around, and we're going to definitely harvest some barley. I did check our silo, and I don't think I've touched the barley that we harvested last year yet, feeding the chickens. So I think I am going to take 2 of those fields that we have and bring it on over to milling it over and start making some flour with some barley. And like I said, all the oats will be brought over as well. And that is currently what we have planned. All the meantime, keeping an eye on the store page, but yeah, it won't be until the afternoon where I check that to see what's going on, because we just checked it and not much is going on in there. We are looking for a fertilizer spreader, if possible. And really whatever comes up that we possibly couldn't even, because we got the real basics now. We got ourselves our T6 tractor, our do-it-all tractor, which now is approaching pretty close to 40 hours of runtime on it. So we've been using that quite a bit. I need to get that pallet on a little bit farther than that. Now it's going to, okay, so it's going to stay right there, hopefully. We'll see if it stays there. It might go flying here in a second. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen that. Yeah, but we got ourselves 1 tractor. Having a second tractor would be bad, but it's not definitely a priority for us on the farm. We do have other priorities. But yeah, we got the combine now, so that's definitely a huge help. So yeah, we got the bases down here. We got the mower as well. Don't want to forget the mower and the forage wagon. But now, like I said, I would like to save up, and I completely missed that furniture package. Not even close. I want to, like I said, start saving some cash up, maybe for the sheep. At least get the sheep pen down. Not going to be too worried about the fabric shop and the tailor shop. Actually, I keep saying fabric shop. I think it's actually just called a spinnery. Okay. Pallet, what are you doing? Stay there. All right, we're all good. Yeah, so at least get the sheep down so they can start slowly making wool. After watching them on Elm Creek for about a couple years, we didn't get that much wool to be excited about. So we'll get that process up and going. There we go. I don't know how many pallets I should have. Maybe it's just a 5. I don't know if any are going to spawn there or not. But I think it's going to be just these 5 if I remember. So we'll get somewhere around maybe 11 to 12,000. I'm not having much luck with the pallets today for some reason. Well, do I ever? Sometimes I do. Yeah, now I got my forks all in the wrong position. There we go. For me, it's all about the camera angles to getting it looking just right. I know a couple people have said, this is how you do it from in-cab. And it's like, well, maybe in real life, it's a little bit different. In a game, I don't have much luck doing it from in-cab. Or from out of cab, for that matter. Shove that onto there. What angle am I doing it wrong? Oh, am I going the wrong way with the pallet forks, apparently. And one more to go. The sawmill I'll probably turn on in the fall. Maybe when I get down to about 10,000 liters of planks here at half a seat, we'll turn it on. The sawmill has no problem keeping up with the furniture factory at all. Alright, they're on there, and let's go on down to the farm shop after I hook up the trailer, of course, and strap those in. Get ourselves 10,000, we'll come back, got to convert the trailer back over to a grain trailer. And we'll be ready to harvest. Well, I'm pretty sure they don't want to see any more furniture for a while, and that's fine by me. We won't sell any more probably now until next June again. We'll keep a good stockpile of furniture to go. $11,178 back into the bank account, giving us now $34,000. So it is looking really good. Being able to buy the combine, I didn't think I was going to be able to. Last episode, I thought we'll get enough money to buy the combine, but I said, I don't know if I was thinking to myself, I don't think I'm going to have enough cash to buy the header as well. I was thinking, okay, if I got to lease it for 1 year, that's fine, we can do that. But pleasantly surprised that we had enough cash and extra to buy the header. Did not realize we had that much furniture there, but it was a good pile of furniture, as you saw. So now we need to get back to the farm, convert this over to that grain trailer like I talked about. We've seen many times. But I really want to jump to that 770, fire her up, and get the harvesting. Make sure we got it on chopped straw, so we put the chopped straw down, get our stage of fertilization from that, and get that barley harvested. The rain, like I said, is showing somewhere around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we got plenty of time, I think. I mean, that's what when we go to the forecast, that's what it shows. But I had a couple times on Elm Creek where it didn't show rain, and the rain showed up at an odd hour. And that was, we had that weather station down, if you remember. We put that special weather station down, it was supposed to give you a better forecast, and that didn't seem like it was quite as accurate. I don't know if that really pays off or not to put down that weather station. It says it's supposed to give you a better weather forecast, but who really knows? Now let's just park our trailer somewhere around here anywhere, because the combine now is going to be able to almost fill up in one capacity. The other one I could fit 2 and like a half of a combine load in there. Wait, do I have my PTO shaft attached to this yet? I don't think so. Or maybe it is. So, manual attach. Can't tell if that's actually on or not. Well, the best way to tell is... okay, unfold. You have to be good if I unfold the combine. So concentrate on the header. I don't think that's attached, actually. I can't remember if I attached it or not. And I mean, the PTO shaft is not really attached. There it goes. Alright, it had to be in the sweet spot. Are the hoses attached? The hoses look like they're attached. And they are. So it was just the PTO shaft that was causing me some issues. I couldn't find the sweet spot on the header to get that manual attached to work. Alright, let's bring up the menu to make sure that we are on enable straw swath. So it should be turned off. There we go. We're getting our chopped straw. We are getting our barley. The 770. How was that GPS actually attached? I mean, there's a GPS on the combine. We don't actually have GPS installed on the combine. Let's jump into the combine, first person view. A little bit of a hesitation there. Have a quick look around. See what it looks like inside the cab. At least it looks nice and clean for now. It'll be dirty by the end of the day, I'm sure on that. Yeah, I don't, for combining inside first person, I guess it's like I always say, it's one of those things, you just got to do it more. The more you do it, the more you get used to it and comfortable with it. But this is definitely going to make our work a little bit quicker because we got a lot bigger header than we had in the Rosslamash. That was a 5 meter, and now we got an 8.5 meter header. I will say though, on Farming Simulator 22 compared to 19, the way the crop is going on the belt, actually there's no belt on this one, it's not that big of a header, but the way the crop is being harvested onto the header itself definitely looks a lot more realistic than it did in 19. Well, I shouldn't say it looks more realistic to me, since I never actually ran a combine harvester, so I shouldn't say it looks real. But I've seen videos on YouTube, of course. It definitely looks a lot better. So one headland here almost is going to put me at what, 3/4 full? Probably don't want to be running in the grass like that, but I had to get that corner. But since I made one headland round and I got just a little over 6,000 liters, and I'll be full by the time I come back around again. Let's go ahead and dump this into our trailer, and that way when I come back around it should be almost full. Definitely unloads faster than a Rosslamash did, but it's nice now to have the combine as being ours. I don't have to worry about daily fees and trying to squeeze in all the harvest in a certain amount of time. Now we can just kind of say, like the oat fields, like, oh, I don't, don't have to get them done today. It's not going to matter too much. So this field here, we will go ahead and put into the silo for the chickens. Although I think I got enough in the silos for another year for the chickens, but I want to make sure that we do have enough. And the other 2 barley fields and the oat fields that we have, that's all going to milling it over. And we'll start producing some flour. And like I said, get that moved on over to Bread Pit and start making some bread. That way when winter comes, we'll have a whole bunch of cash, and then I can do one of 2 things with it. We can either do some upgrades, maybe buy some equipment, maybe even pay off some of that loan. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe pay off a little bit of the loan, but also splurging a little bit and buying some stuff for the farm. Like I said, hopefully maybe get down the sheep at some point would be very good. Because we'll have the eggs to sell as well. Got a good pile of eggs starting to come along. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing another headland, because I don't need to, because in no man's land, don't really have many boundaries. I got plenty of room to turn around and just head back the other direction. So the harvest is going to be the same, basically. I don't see the yield being any better because we got a different combine. But maybe this combine won't wear down as much as the Rosslamash did, so the yield might be just a little bit better, but not anything that's going to be noticeable. But we did have 2 stages of fertilization down. We didn't get lime on these fields down as well, so we should get actually 15% better yield than we had. Not that I've been really keeping track too much of what we had for our harvest. I just figured we get what we get. Got the trailer full of barley ready to be brought over to the silo. Just going to see if I can finish out the field and get it all stuck into the combine, and then I can just bring the combine over and dump the rest into the silo that way, since it's only right there. Well, I'm not sure I'm going to get it all in. We are getting a pretty darn good harvest here, I think. And then what I think I'm going to do, since we are going over to milling it over here in a little while with all the rest of the crops, I think we're going to go down there since we got some cash And we're going to spend some cash on some landscaping on out to the mill. We're just taking too many trips out there to not really have a kind of a path or a road going out there. So we'll see what we can come up with. Right now I'm just thinking just like a dirt road, kind of like I got going to the sawmill for now. And see how much it costs to put a dirt path in. Sometimes landscaping can be surprising how much it costs, and other times you're shocked that, oh, it's not as bad as I originally thought it was going to be. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get all of this into the combine. I'm already 87% full. Yeah, there's a slight... maybe. Place your bets now. I mean, the other strip is not that wide. I still think it's not going to quite all fit in there. I forgot what the capacity is. 9,600? I think it was. No, it's 9,300. And I just destroyed some crops. Oh no. Alright, I do want to see. I think it'll be easier than the Rosslamash, because I think the pipe is longer on this than it was on the Rosslamash. Actually, let's keep the pipe in. It got sneaked in between some trees here. Dump it on in. So we already had 44,000 liters of barley in the silo. So we're going to have another 9,000 plus another 12,000. I mean, that's going to be enough for the chickens for another year for sure, because we can't get any more chickens than what we already have. I'm kind of interested in the silos that you need the auger to put the grain in. I think that was a mod in 19 that I never used, but now it's part of the base game, so I may try that in a series instead of having the silos like this. But we may have a... I mean, I could even try it this one. I could put a silo somewhere. Actually, I could put like a silo out by milling it over, and if we ever get too much grain in milling it over, I could put a silo out there and have an auger motor out there, and you can fill the silo that way. A lot of ideas to come along here in No Man's Land that we're going to try to do. But until we get more production lines going and more stuff here and there, we got to spend money in the right places. Or, I don't know if it's the right places, but in the places where I think it needs to be spent. Alright, so our weeds are growing once again because we harvested, but we'll take care of that with the subsoiler later on. Let's go dump the rest of this grain into the silo. The chickens, like I said, are set for a season until next year easily. And then we're going to teleport on down to the grain mill and do some landscaping and see how I want to do that road. There is kind of a road there. If you go in fly mode, you can kind of see where there was a road at one time. And if we don't spend too much, then I like to put some asphalt down from the supermarket all the way out to Bread Pit. And maybe do a little bit of landscaping as well around Lord of the Wings, which is our restaurant. Well, not our restaurant, but it's a restaurant that we have here. Should wait until the trailer is all the way down before I go too mobile with it. Yeah, the trailer must be pretty worn because you can see the repair status of the combination we got on the T6 is pretty well worn, but the T6 isn't. We've been repairing that. Well, I'm going to try to repair that as often as I can now, knowing that you actually do get, should I say a discount? I guess we can say it's like a discount on the repair bill. Alright, let's go ahead and park this right here. Alright, now we do a little fly mode. Let's see where we got to go here. We need to go on down here. You can kind of actually see on the PDA a little bit where there was a road going here. I'm going to try to follow the same path, actually. At least I would like to. Do I see it on this PDA? It is kind of hard to see. But it is there. But I think once I go into landscaping mode, I may not be able to see it. So let's go to here. Construction. Landscaping. Painting. And that's animal mud. We don't want animal mud. We just want dirt. And I think we want the circle, not a rectangle. It's V to change that to a circle. And I think I'll keep the same brush size for now. Okay, it's not changing that to dirt. Why is that staying grass right there? Is it because it's not big enough? Trying to figure out, do I want to do a small path? But I think I've just changed my mind because I'm not liking the way that's looking already. Because of my terrible painting. Let's change that back to a square. And let's go... Can I rotate that at all? No, you cannot. So let's go back to a circle. That's probably the best thing to do. Can I zoom out a little bit more? Yeah, that'll work. Ah, zooming out, I can kind of see where the road was. So I'm not quite where the road was, but we'll kind of make it work. Don't know if you can see it in your screen, but now I can. So it's not costing me too much cash currently. If I follow this road, it should lead me right to the restaurant. Well, I'm still above 30,000, so it's not costing me as much as I thought it was going to. Yep, there's the restaurant straight ahead. Alright, so now... I think that's the size we want to go with. Let me rotate it back around. We'll head on back so I know the size I need it to be. Now just keep the edge of circle on one part of it. And I may actually put some mud in here and there. Not like it's actual mud, but just to change up the texture of the road a little bit here and there, I think. Or maybe put some little grass patches in the middle here and there. Because it's not going to be the main road for people going up and down. This is just a road that's going to be... I think I'm going to put like all the factories out here. Not the final production, but you know. So like maybe the oil mill will go out here. Maybe even the grape facility where you make grapes, raisins, and all that fun stuff. Can't paint where we are because I'm standing right in the way, but that's fine. Okay, now what I would like to do is I can kind of see... Oh no, there's our field right over there. Alright, so now let's go back down to a smaller circle. Is that the smallest circle I can go? No, that isn't. So I went a little bit too big on that one there, but that's fine. I keep hitting the wrong key. kind of do it like this here. That looks okay, I think. And kind of make this like where I usually go into the field kind of a thing. So that's why the grass is worn out there a little bit. Probably a little bit too wide in here. There we go. That'll kind of work for now. See what the width actually is when I get the tractor here. Now let's go over to here and start all the way down to here. Yeah, I'm just barely below 30,000, so that's not too bad. Go over to asphalt. And let's make this... No, not that size. Apparently it's that size that we're going for. Alright, so landscaping is not... I guess when it comes to... maybe not the painting part like we're doing, but when it comes to flattening, raising, lowering ground, I guess that's where it can get kind of expensive. But overall, this is not that bad. Alright, so we'll kind of make like a entryway here. And kind of have like a parking lot. And then go real small. Zoom into the door here. That's interesting how some of the ground does not, the grass does not turn if it's too small of an area. Let's rotate around back. And make this just a little bit bigger. That way when I come with my tractor and trailer, I do believe, though, I got to do a little bit of landscaping here. So let's go to sculpting and soften. It might be too close to the building. It's not going to let me do it. Level. It did change the price a little bit. Alright, that's not too bad. And since it's not being too expensive, and I don't mind going down to about 20,000, if I zoom up, where is that road? Aha, I can kind of see it here, right here. Let's go back to dirt. Actually, you know what? Because we take this road quite a bit, let's do a decent sized circle here, I think. Maybe not that big. I can barely see on the ground where the road kind of is. And I think I see where the road goes. Oh, doesn't go where I thought it was. I thought it was coming over to... Oh, yeah, I can see where it interacts right here. Alright. Well, I may have to change that up later on. I thought it was a straight line. What did I do? Paint mud around our furniture building that needs to be dirt. And I think out here we want asphalt, not concrete. There we go. Want to get that little patch of grass if I can. All right, make the circle bigger. There we go. I'll get rid of it. All right, so we're at 22,000. I think that's enough landscaping for today. And let's teleport back to here. And now let's jump back into the combine. Let's get a trailer load going over to milling it over, so we can kind of see what the road's kind of like, see if that's the way I like it or not. So not too bad. I mean, just about $10,000 in landscaping right there. I mean, that's what we pretty much sold the furniture for today, so that's what it goes towards. Now, the rest that we harvest in the next couple of episodes, the rest of today and what we get done next episode, everything's going over to mill it over. And let's get some flour produced, so Bread Pig can get back in action. And the second field is done already. This should fill up the trailer, I think. It's going to be pretty darn close. If I can, yeah, I'm not used to the pipe being that long. I'm used to the Rasta mash, I guess. Getting too close. So, last season, when I harvested these 4 fields right here with the Rasta mash, it took just a little over 3 hours. So I'm excited to see how fast I can do it in the 770 with a 25-foot header. Let's go ahead and park that there. We'll be back shortly. I'll probably take care of that field and maybe the other oat field in between episodes. But I kind of want to see how this road kind of looks. It's going to be a little bit weird leaving the farm, going down the sawmill, and then kind of turning and going around that corner. I thought that road from the main road was kind of in a straight line out to the sawmill, but it'll be all right. It'll make a, you know, it gives a character. It gives that road character having to go around. Maybe, oh, I got an idea what we can do with that corner. I think it'll be on down the line here. And now with the roads here, I'm going to have to try to stick to the roads a little bit more rather than just driving off into oblivion and taking shortcuts. And I think what I'm going to try to do as we use the roads more and more, we'll get rid of the grass in between. I need to make the road kind of curve into here, don't I? Or curve around the sawmill that way. Did I make the road wide enough for the tractor? Looks like I did. Wasn't quite sure from the aerial view that we had if I was going wide enough, but looks like it is. And this is going to be kind of like the weird part where we're going to have to take a left-hand turn. So I'm kind of glad it only cost us 10 grand to do some landscaping today, kind of add some more of our own taste to No Man's Land. Like I said, there's a few things that we definitely got to go ahead and purchase this year. I think a shed is going to be one of them. I think once we finish combining these fields and have to put the combine in, it's going to definitely make it. I mean, it was kind of getting clustered in there to begin with, but now with the combine, it's going to be even more clustered. So I'm thinking a shed, definitely. Like I said, I keep saying the sheep. So we're, I don't know how big of a shed, what type of shed. So I don't even know what kind of a base price that we're looking at. But I'm guessing it's going to cost us probably at least 20 grand, which is not too bad. And if we talk about sheep, we're probably talking the pastures 96,000. And of course, then we'll have to buy a few sheep. I don't know if I want to go with young sheep right off the start or just get mature sheep. I'm not too sure. I was going to do some landscaping around the restaurant, but I think I'll hold off on that. Maybe just another episode. Yeah, this road is looking quite nice. I like the width of this road right here. And along the lines, we'll be using some fencing as well. Yeah, nice little road going out to that field there. That'll work. Yeah, so I'm thinking over here, maybe we'll put down, like I said, our factories. Not our final production buildings, but just our factories that deliver to other production buildings. I have seen some good modded production buildings that we're probably going to add here. I saw a real good one, but yeah, it requires potatoes, and we are a long ways away from doing potatoes. All right. So now with some barley in there, let's go ahead and go to our production buildings list. Come on down, and we can go ahead and make sure we're on barley and activate. And flour is on distributing, so that is green, right? Or blue, sorry, it's blue. 12,000 liters already in. I lost a liter somewhere. It only, well, maybe it already produced a liter, I'm not too sure, but it was at 11,999. It was like, this should be a 12,000 liter capacity. It does feel good. I mean, it feels really good now. Like I said, last episode, we bought the combine. Now it really feels like a farm. We got some landscaping in now. Little by little, we'll get this no man's land built into, should I say a paradise? I don't think so. But maybe a thriving town where we got buildings everywhere, so workers are going to need to come on in. As for putting down houses, not farmhouses, because you can only have one farmhouse per map, so you just can't keep placing down farmhouses. But once you can put down just regular houses, there might be a mod or two out there for houses that we can start putting down, maybe. We'll have to take another quick look around. Like I said, there's other production buildings I've seen as mods or that are in the works that we can eventually put down here rather than base game mods. The base game production buildings. But yeah, now I got to stick to the roads, no more shortcuts. And now I just got to get the rest of this barley harvested today, which is not a problem. And then of course harvest the oats, get those transferred over, and then yep, start plowing the fields and start picking up some rocks, make some more lime, get the other two fields that need lime in them. Like the grass field's going to need some lime, and the oat field way down over by Milling It Over needs some lime as well. But that'll be further on down the line. But this is where, like I said, a second tractor could come in handy. Because like I said, I could get Frank starting to plow the fields that we've already harvested. But I need a tractor and trailer to transport the grain around. So, yeah, the one tractor we have is Occupado. Yeah, a little bit more landscaping here to kind of connect these roads and make it start look a little bit better here around the sawmill. Yeah, that's what we kind of need to do. But I think, since it didn't cost too much today on landscaping, I think we can do some more the rest of the year. A little bit here, a little bit there. It's not going to hurt too much, but it's starting to look really nice around here. But I do believe also that we are just about out of time for today's episode. I got to get this video edited and rendered and uploaded tonight, so you can watch it tomorrow. Yeah, I'm falling behind on my recording videos, actually, which is not good. But the weekend's coming up, so hopefully I can get caught back up. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one.